Q3158. Each person operating an aircraft at a VFR cruising altitude shall maintain an odd 1,000 plus 500 feet altitude while on A. Magnetic heading of 00 through 1790. B. Magnetic course of 00 through 1790. C. True course of 00 through 1790. The correct answer is B. When operating an aircraft at a VFR cruising altitude, the general rule is to maintain an odd 1,000 plus 500 foot altitude when flying on a magnetic course between 0 and 179 degrees. This means that if you are flying on a magnetic course of, for example, 090 degrees, you would choose an altitude of 3,500 feet. If you are flying on a magnetic course of 170 degrees, you would choose an altitude of 5,500 feet. It's important to note that this rule applies to magnetic course, not magnetic heading or true course. Magnetic course refers to the direction in which the aircraft is actually moving over the ground, taking into account the effects of wind. Magnetic heading refers to the direction the aircraft's nose is pointing. True course refers to the direction of the flight relative to true north. Therefore, the correct answer is B, magnetic course of 00 through 1790. 3003. With respect to the certification of aircraft, which is a category of aircraft? A. Normal, utility, acrobatic. B. Airplane, rotorcraft, glider. C. Landplane, seaplane. The correct answer is A. When it comes to the certification of aircraft, one way to categorize them is based on their intended use and performance capabilities. The three categories of aircraft are normal, utility, and acrobatic. Here's a brief explanation of each category. Normal. This category includes aircraft that are intended for non-aerobatic operations and have a seating configuration of 4 or more passengers, a maximum takeoff weight of less than 12,500 pounds, and a stall speed not exceeding 61 knots calibrated airspeed, CAS. Utility. Utility category aircraft are also intended for non-aerobatic operations, but have a higher level of performance and maneuverability compared to normal category aircraft. They may have a seating configuration of 4 or more passengers and can be used for various purposes such as agriculture, aerial photography, and towing. They have specific structural and design requirements to withstand increased loads and stress during utility operations. Acrobatic. Acrobatic category aircraft are specifically designed and certified for aerobatic maneuvers. They have enhanced structural strength and performance capabilities to withstand the stresses and forces associated with acrobatic flight. These aircraft often have a tandem seating arrangement and specialized features to support aerobatic maneuvers such as inverted flight and high G-force maneuvers. 3004. With respect to the certification of aircraft, which is a class of aircraft? A. Airplane, rotorcraft, glider, balloon. B. Normal, utility, acrobatic, limited. C. Transport, restricted, provisional. The correct answer is A. When it comes to the certification of aircraft, a class refers to a specific type or category of aircraft based on their general design and characteristics. The classes of aircraft are typically divided into different types of flying machines. Here's an explanation of the classes mentioned in option A. Airplane. This class includes fixed-wing aircraft that achieve lift and propulsion through the forward motion of the wings. It encompasses various types of aircraft, including single-engine airplanes, multi-engine airplanes, jet aircraft, and more. Rotorcraft. This class includes aircraft that generate lift and propulsion through rotating wings or rotor blades. Helicopters are the most common example of rotorcraft, but it also includes other types like gyroplanes. Glider. This class includes unpowered aircraft that are designed to fly without an engine. Gliders rely on natural forces such as updrafts and thermals to maintain their flight. Balloon. This class includes lighter-than-air aircraft that are filled with hot air or gas and rely on the buoyancy principle to achieve flight. It includes both hot air balloons and gas balloons. 3179. Unless otherwise specifically authorized, no person may operate an aircraft that has an experimental certificate. A. Beneath the floor of Class B airspace. B. Over a densely populated area or in a congested airway. C. From the primary airport within Class D airspace. The correct answer is B. When operating an aircraft with an experimental certificate, there are certain restrictions and limitations in place. One of these restrictions, unless otherwise specifically authorized, is that the aircraft may not be operated over a densely populated area or in a congested airway. Experimental aircraft are typically used for testing new designs, modifications, or new equipment. Due to their unique nature and potential limitations, it is important to ensure the safety of people and property on the ground. Therefore, operating them over densely populated areas or in congested airways is generally restricted unless authorized by the appropriate authorities. It's worth noting that each experimental certificate may have specific operating limitations and conditions, so it is essential for the pilot to be familiar with the limitations stated in the aircraft's experimental operating limitations or any specific authorizations granted. 3178, which is normally prohibited when operating a restricted category civil aircraft. A. Flight under instrument flight rules. B. Flight over a densely populated area. C. Flight within Class D airspace. The correct answer is B. When operating a restricted category civil aircraft, there are specific limitations and restrictions in place. One of the common restrictions is that flight over a densely populated area is normally prohibited. This restriction is in place to ensure the safety of people and property on the ground. Restricted category civil aircraft are typically designed and certified for specific purposes such as agricultural operations, aerial work, or research and development. Due to their unique characteristics or limitations, flying over densely populated areas can pose an increased risk to the public. It's important for pilots operating restricted category civil aircraft to be aware of the restrictions associated with their specific aircraft and comply with all applicable regulations and limitations to ensure safe operation.